Hello, it's Scott Manley here with episode 28 of Xenonauts. Our strike team is heading towards Australia, trying to catch a landed UFO before it returns to the skies after completing its nefarious mission, but they're too late. Well, immediately we gotta send up whatever's able to fly to intercept it. This Marauder should go on its own because it'll be faster, and then it might need some extra firepower, so let's send up the Corsair and the Foxtrots. Even though they're damaged, they can still do enough. They can still do their job to take this thing down. Now I'm going to ask the Shrike team to hold position while the combat team take care of things. Oh! The Xenonauts operatives have identified an extraterrestrial base in Australasia. There it is. I guess that's what they were up to. Marauder 6. Now hold on. We're going to go there. And hold on. Yeah, I'm going to send the Shrike team to there. Meanwhile, come on, select it. Okay, auto resolve 23%. I want to get on the tail of this thing. So I'm going to tail just for a second because I want... Oh man! It saw me coming and ran away back to space. Yes, run away. Run away with your metaphorical tails between your legs. Okay, well, we're going to hit the crash site first with the Shrike team because the crash site will expire, whereas the alien fortress will remain until I take it down. I'm going to wait here until sun rises over East Australia. Hopefully we have enough fuel to continue this. Select target, and off we cruise. No, we're still being a little too fast here. Patrol once again. Keep an eye on that base, make sure they don't launch anything. Finally, crash site. Shrike team, deploy. Okay, so this is just going to be your standard, everyday, run-of-the-mill alien carrier crash site. Our spice team has grown to a trio. And they're quite effective against the Androns, of course, especially at close ranges. The Scimitar, however, is pretty lousy at aiming. I guess that's down to the fact that it's being controlled remotely rather than locally. You know, all those TV cameras are 1970s technology and clearly can't keep up with the level of resolution needed to make sure that we destroy these Androns. I think of all the alien breeds or whatever, all the alien varieties that I have to regularly deal with, I like the Androns best, simply because they don't take cover, they're highly susceptible to electroshock grenades, and they don't have things like Reapers or Psionics to deal with. When faced with multiple possible landing sites, I will hit the one with the Androns first. And indeed, I successfully managed to break through that site, 166,000 megabucks and absolutely no injuries. I also noticed this entire strike team does not contain a single white male. Or a married white male for that reason, but there's no white males in there. They're all either female or... Well, the one dude is from some part of Africa, apparently, but I can't remember what, although his name suggests some part that was French-dominated. Oh, production of plasma carbine is finished. Which means our manufacturing team in Northern Africa is able to pick something else. I think we want more plasma guns of some sort. Do we want the rifle? Precision plasma might be good, but I've not really been using snipers anymore. I'm thinking the plasma caster, that is the plasma version of the machine gun, rapid fire, scatter laser, whatever. Yeah, I think the spice team will like this. And that has just reminded me that because I unlocked heavy plasma weaponry, I should be able to upgrade my my scimitar tank with the plasma rocket or plasma bolt, but I want a plasma bolt. So the plasma bolt is only available if you have the armored warfare mod. Otherwise, you pretty much are stuck with rockets, which is really kind of annoying. Anyway, I shall take this small upgrade into the alien base. Alien Praetor present. The amount of alien communications traffic in the area is far higher than normal, Commander. The aliens seem to be worried about something. I strongly suggest there is a Praetor in the vicinity. It would strike a terrible blow against our foes if you were able to capture it alive for interrogation. We would be close to ending this war once and for all. Okay, so since this is an alien base attack mission, I get to set my teams up against all the doors. And we can in fact use the Scorpion in here because the corridors are wide enough. Now, the real question is, how do I take down a Praetor? Because My shield teams, I don't think nobody has an electroprod. For some reason I decided that they were not very useful and I figured I would get more warning. All I have is grenades. I have stun grenades, I have electroshock grenades, I have flashbangs. Depending on how vulnerable the Praetor is, I may have to just kill it in the end. So yes, first of all, we gotta move through the base. Unfortunately, nobody can walk around the tank, so the tank pretty much has to go on its own. Or at least it goes to a room, and if it can't open doors. It also looks like there's a third door which I should use, but before then, the Predator troops, Renata is gonna drop some grenades on the ground so that our shield troopers can pick these up, preparing themselves for the assault on the Praetor. Oh! Yes, Renata, go on. Use your laser. Aha, excellent. Girl power! I assure you it was entirely accidental that this team was almost entirely made of women. Also, we do only have one plasma weapon on the team, that is Inga Popova, who will of course pop over and shoot you in the head with it if given a chance. So the base has two targets. There will be a power generator. If we destroy that, then we can just leave. And that will be a useful backup opportunity if we decide the Praetor is just not going to go down easily for us. This will be a new species of alien which we have not yet encountered. We don't know their abilities, we don't know their powers, we don't know what it's going to do. But yes, as it happens, they have some sort of psionic powers, and my team are filled with dread. Whenever they get hit by dread, it reduces their action points, which will mean that they can't move as far, or in some cases they may not even be able to fire their weapons at the highest accuracy. I'm guessing that it might also have the ability to control or cause my team to hallucinate. Okay, we have a Harridan there. Oh, wow. Well, lasers. Yes, that's how you get dealt with. Man, that Harridan has done some serious damage to Renata there. As awesome as the Predator suit is, she won't be able to, perform first aid on herself with those giant clumsy gloves. So instead, she drops the medkit so that her sidekick can pick it up and perhaps perform some field medicine and hopefully keep her morale and hit points high enough. Whoa, apparently the Androns have no problem using heavy weapons inside their own base. You think that Androns would have a little more sympathy for, the hardware sitting around them. But no, apparently they are quite happy to bring out heavy plasma weapons and, blow things up. However, I have even less sympathy because this isn't my base. In fact, I made a point of not wiping my feet and taking my shoes off before coming in here. And even more insultingly, I didn't even take my hat off. The fact that I am shooting lasers into you in an attempt to kill you is merely a side effect of my insult to you. Oh, that's the one dude in the team getting his kill for today. Although, to be fair, Maxime could be a girl's name in some countries. Nothing wrong with that, of course. John Wayne's real name was Marion. And you don't get much more badass than John Wayne. I wouldn't be surprised, however, if nobody in my audience has seen a John Wayne film, or at least the majority will not have seen a John Wayne film, because they're kind of old and, let's face it, a little culturally insensitive. And if you're suddenly feeling that you need to go and see a John Wayne movie because I've mentioned this, you should take a look at The Searchers, which is probably the finest Western ever created and committed to film. But again, with all those warnings about being culturally insensitive, etc., etc. Anyway, having dealt with the immediate threat, we can finally apply some medical care to Renata. She can reload her weapon. Looks like we'll need a couple of rounds of healing there. And yes, this Andron has no fear. It's also not going to have much life in a second. Okay, should we shotgun it? Let's try that. Because it's nice to try and give priority to the less powerful weapon systems to make sure that they get experience from the missions. That the more things they kill, the more likely they are to get medals and experience upgrades and everything else. While the Spice Troopers are undeniably awesome, you want to make sure that there are replacements waiting in the wings who are trained enough in the art of warfare to properly step into the big boots of the Predator armor and kill things. Yeah, once again, Maxime dealing with a bit of dread there. He can't even keep up with Renata right now. That's gonna be... Okay, oh yes, and we get another Harridan. Come on, shoot him till he's dead. I have to say, I'm not 100% convinced of the wisdom of including a sniper unit, such as a Harridan, in a base, which is essentially a bunch of corridors. Oh look! And we get another one here. Which one should I shoot, the Harridan or the Andron? I'm going to shoot the Andron, because the Harridan was going to get suppressed by the extra weapons fire. Cunning, huh? Except that I've just run around a corner face to face with an Andron. So meanwhile, we'll move my person out of the way, and over here, we're assaulting the teleporter room, and, well, we have a lot of small guys with pistols, so let's see if they can kill this Andron. It's the best thing to do, is to try and make sure that they get their important experience. Again? Oh, come on. Come on, one more go. Pistol! Oh shoot, she's got a healer thing. Oh well. I guess Lunakir got that kill instead. Now I'm thinking about it, all these spice troopers should really start giving their guns names, you know, like Sasha and Natasha, right? Now there's an idea, turn-based team fortress. I bet you somebody could do that. Meanwhile, on the other side of the base, Renata has cleared out her area. Nothing to be seen here, apparently. Just another door to be checked. And we know that there's an Andron around here. So once again, we take a chance to shotgun it. No, that's not going to work. Laser gun it from here. Come on. And now it's still alive. We can shotgun it again. And Kate gets the kill. Meanwhile, the scimitar moves forth, continuing to reconnoiter the base. There is something quite amusing about rolling a tank through an alien base. Anyway, time to start exploring the teleporter. Nothing around here, so we're going to bring our team through one at a time. Make sure... While we can be pretty bold with these Predator suits, all the same, you don't want to be caught like out in the open without enough reaction or time units to be able to react fire to the hostiles. Okay. So now bringing everybody through, and we're going to prepare to assault this next room. You'll notice that since the last base attack mission, the bug which resulted in the entire base getting revealed to me has been fixed. So I actually have to get to the command center if I want to see the rest of the base. And there's the scimitar checking the corners, of course, making sure that we're not going to run into a hail of laser fire. Kate and Catelyn sticking together. We call them the two cats. Okay, well, I guess we know what's behind that door now. And this is actually going to get quite complicated again because, as I've pointed out, the tank completely blocks the corridor, so I have to move pretty much everyone ahead of this tank now. Otherwise, there's nothing to shoot, right? The guys at the rear will have nothing worth shooting at. Meanwhile, Renata steps boldly into the corridor and sees nothing. It looks like we've secured this particular area as well, and we're just kind of bringing our team together. But we're still getting hit by dread. I'm seriously worried that we're going to get someone hallucinating. In particular, if somebody hallucinates with Predator armor, they could be a serious threat to the rest of the team. When they hallucinate, they will shoot the nearest target. It could be a door, it could be an alien, but quite possibly it will be another member of your team. And if you are dealing with a trooper in Predator armor that is hallucinating, you can have some serious death trouble in your hands. That's partly why I split the team up, to make sure that I didn't have a huge concentration of Predator troops in one location. As I understand it, the closer I get to the Praetor, the stronger the attacks will be, and once they get direct line of sight, that's when you really have to worry. And of course, they're also going to have a gun of some sort, and presumably we're going to be trying to capture it alive. Well, that door has 2 yellow lines painted on it. I wonder if that's some indication that it's perhaps an important location on the base. And we're getting more dread, and this is the communications center. Well, so much for that. Meanwhile, I try to figure out the best way to allocate my troops, given that the tank has actually stopped at that intersection and nobody can get past it. So these guys are just stuck kind of bringing up the rear, while I guess we've got 2 shield troopers going one direction and a spice trooper going the other way. I guess we'll find out soon whether the 2 yellow lines indicate whether it's a command center or a power station. I'm going to move the team up, set the tank there, put other people up behind them. Given that that's a yellow one, I'm suspecting it's important, so we want to send everyone this way. Meanwhile, these other guys, they're going to keep going this way. They might miss all the Praetor killing action. On the other hand, they might be the only ones left. Who knows? Let's take a step into the room and see what happens. Oh, it's a Praetor! And he's standing on tippy toes. He, she, it is on tippy toes. Either that or he is floating inches above the ground in a way that only alien leader Praetor type things are supposed to be able to. Okay, so I want to plan this very carefully. Each of these troopers, they have a stun grenade and they have a shock grenade. So I want to make sure that I can whoa! There's the gun. That was quite a cool sound, but it didn't actually do anything. Now, I want to be careful because there's a Harridan over there as well. I don't want to get shot by it, so I'm going to hide over here. And I'm going to throw this grenade before I move out of range. There we go. That is going to be a stun grenade for extra gas, and it's doing a little bit of damage. Inga, on the other hand, is going to use a shock grenade. And, yes, oh, it actually did damage to it as well, as in addition to stun damage. Okay, so move the tank up, and the tank can attack the Harridan with absolutely zero success, apparently. That's great. Now we need to move the tank out of the way somewhere so that we can bring the spice troopers in to attack the Harridan. Okay, that's there. Laser. And this thing is just not going down, although at least it's suppressed. Yes, this is the luckiest Harridan in the world, other than the fact that it's, you know, obviously sealed eternally inside that armor and a slave to its masters and all that. Okay, the other two are going to hang back, and now Team Renata. Oh, we find some Androns over here. There's a couple of them. Well, we all know how to deal with that. Full-on laser firepower display awesomeness. And close and run around the corner. Alien turn. Oh, it fell down! Oh, the Praetor, we caught the Praetor alive! We had nothing to catch it with, and all we used was a couple of grenades, and we are still victorious. And we are surprisingly alive, because there was an Andron right there that we didn't even see. But that Andron should not last long. Excellent, okay. And I hope that driving over the Praetor corpse didn't destroy it. Not corpse. I hope it didn't. Hope driving over the Praetor's unconscious body didn't cause it to be turned into a corpse. That would be rather unfortunate. And yes, shock grenade doesn't really work very well. How about... Oh my god, I thought there was one of them there. Now I've really messed it up. Hello, just run back again. Okay, once again, open the door, shoot, and kill this time. And we can't reload, so just close that door and wait. If we get anybody with enough action points to do anything of consequence. You have a grenade, that's not very useful. You have a pistol. Oh, you get reaction fire! That is nice, and you have a shield, so you can take the damage as well as dishing it out. I tell you what, taking out that Praetor means that we're no longer getting hit by the Dread, so we're feeling a whole lot better. It is just now a cleanup operation, and it does help that we have control of the control room so we can see where all the hostiles are and make sure that we know what's going on. I suspect that the door over on the top of the map that I ignored is exactly where the power station was. Good thing I didn't find it, because these three rooms are all connected, so our team is going to meet up for a final massive celebration of alien destruction. At least if we can kill them. What the heck? Renata just keeps on shooting these things and not killing them. Lots of aliens walking around wondering what to do. Well, you know what? We're going to shoot you. Why don't the bullets continue to pass through the door? That's what I don't get. You take some return fire there. You know what? Yes, there we go. Once again, Renata just laying down the laser law. The laser law. It's like Lucy Lawless, but laser. I mean, if we were to adapt this playthrough of Xenonauts to a movie, we would absolutely have Lucy Lawless in there as a spice trooper. No doubt about it. Okay, we still have one Harridan holding out against the inevitable destruction. At least it will be inevitable if I can shoot my way through this door, and I inconveniently ran out of time units just after shooting that door. Okay, that Harridan is still holding on there. What are the odds? This is good. This is one of the hardest to kill yet. We're just going to bring everyone up for the final party, except Carla. Carla is going to go and pick up the Praetor just for, you know, to carry it home as a trophy. Although I guess we'll interrogate it first before we, you know, turn it into a stuffed creature. And so there you have it. We have successfully captured a Praetor. It has been sent to the research division. It will no doubt tell us all sorts of important things. A lot of people, medals all round except for Catelyn, who's been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Renata gets gets one for killing 5 alien combatants in a single mission. The medals are actually really useful because they increase your bravery, and bravery, I believe, helps against psionic attacks, which there are no psionic attacks on your side in this. XCOM does have psionics, but in Xenonauts, the only things that can use psionics are the bad guys, so you do not get it on your team. Anyway, yeah, business as usual. We now have we have the objective to complete the alien Praetor interrogation. However, I'm still prioritizing weapons research at this time, so we can afford to be leisurely about it. I don't know how close this puts us to the end game either, but at some point, we're going to have to make that decision, and I want to have all the weapons unlocked so that we can have all the fun. Anyway, that will be in a future episode. Until then, I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.